impact of environment or environment-related issues, tax, anti-corruption, different subjects are being discussed. And I believe it'll open up opportunities for us to work in partnership with each other to ensure that, particularly during challenges or difficult times, we can ensure that supply chains remain open and businesses don't suffer and the people of countries don't suffer because of the chaotic conditions that we've seen in the last few years, first with COVID, then with the conflict in Ukraine and Russia. So it's an effort to bring people and countries together to support economic activity uninterrupted.
So in specific terms, what are your key expectations from the ministry?
Broadly the same, that we should have uninterrupted flow of goods and services. We should work to expand business between like-minded countries or countries which believe in the rule of law, countries which have common interests in strengthening open economies which don't indulge in any activities which are opaque in terms of business practices. And therefore it's a group of very, very friendly countries which is meeting there. And all of us believe that we have to ensure that Indo-Pacific region remains secure and open for business.
So you also have a meeting with USTR scattering time. So what would be the main talking points over there? What would be India's lookout there?
Well, there's no immediate areas of concern between the US and India. We have very good and strong business relations. They are our largest trading partner. We do a lot of work for American companies. There's a lot of investment flow from America to India. So broadly, we keep exchanging notes on different issues, international trade, Indo-US trade. It's just a follow-on on that. There's no immediate agenda. There's no immediate areas of concern which we are trying to sort out.
So is there a feeling that the US strategy in Asia now cannot neglect India and, because India is such an important partner for the United States?
Well, that's not for me to answer. I think that would be better answered by the United States. But I do see that the United States and India are getting closer together. I do see that our relations are strengthening by the day in terms of two quads now, one with Japan, Australia, another with Israel and UAE. We have the 2+2 ministerial dialogue, which has become very robust and vibrant. Our engagement in several areas is expanding. Several geopolitical areas, several sensitive areas also, we continue to grow this relationship. And the leaders of both countries, businesses in both countries, and the people of both countries are closer than ever before.
So you also have bilaterals with some of the leaders. So with Japan also, I believe. So is the review of the FTA with Japan on cards?
I think that's quite long overdue, and I am going to raise that issue with my counterpart from Japan. He's just taken over some time back as a new minister. So I will be taking up that issue with him.
Trade is one of the four pillars of IPEF. So there are critics who are saying that they're skeptical about, what would really be the outcome of this meeting tomorrow and day after. How do you respond to that?
On trade particularly, there are certain areas where binding commitments are being discussed, and we have to yet see what the final outcome is before we are able to finally take a call on what will happen in terms of trade. But there are no market access issues being discussed in this. So it's not like a free trade agreement or a free trade multilateral agreement. So in that sense, trade is being discussed for open trade, for keeping supply chains open, but effectively there's no market access that is on the table.
Right, and it's also, some are of the opinion that they're trying to contain a particular country, China. So how do
I don't think
fellow members
one need to look at the initiative from that lens. It's more a partnership amongst like-minded rules-based countries. And all those who fall in that definition, who have transparent economic systems, are all welcome to join.
So will there also be will it be also an opportunity for India to garner more investment, from companies, from countries, because of the China plus,
It's very natural that as you get closer between the two governments or the set of governments that are a part of the IPEF, we will expand our trading relations, and with that expansion, obviously investment will also get a leg up, both inward and outward. And I do believe all of the countries which are meeting tomorrow have a lot to offer each other, whether on trade, whether on investments, whether on technology. So we'll be working together on all these scores.
And so the last time when the framework, I think, when it was launched in May, after that there was some virtual, two virtual interactions between them. So were there any specific points that were kind of, where we're looking for a follow-up in this?
I think our officials have been engaged for quite some time now. Even today the meetings are going on, yesterday and today, to work on the nitty-gritties of this new initiative. It's quite new, it's a unique initiative, and I think we'll have to give it time to evolve and mature.
Sir, from a non-business reporter kind of a question, what do you see as India's strengths when you sit at the table tomorrow? What is it that you feel you can offer and that we can benefit, we as the people? And this is not a business.
Well, I think clearly India offers a huge market with 1.3 billion aspirational Indians. India offers honest government and transparent economic policies, the rule of law, a vibrant media, a vibrant judiciary to safeguard the interests of persons doing business or working with India in any way. And therefore, India has become a very attractive place to do business or to invest in. You might be aware, for the last 7 or 8 years in a row, we've had record foreign direct investment in India. You are aware that last year was the highest ever export, $675 billion goods and services, never before achieved. This year would be even better, despite all the challenges of inflation, recession in developed economies, conflict in certain parts of the world. So despite all of that, India continues to be a preferred trading partner and investment destination, all of which will lead to the well-being of the people of India, providing them work opportunities, providing them jobs, providing thrust to economic activity and growth, which is very essential for our long-term development.
Do you have any target in mind how many jobs you wish to create through the expansion of trade routes with these countries under IPA? Is there any number?
Well, I don't think we've reached a stage where we can put numbers to the impact of IPF on trade and correspondingly on jobs. But very clearly, the increasing international engagements and our trade are leading to jobs and are leading to greater economic activity. So if textiles grew last year from 33 billion to about 42 billion between 2021 and 21-22, obviously millions of people got new work to do. Similarly, as the mobile manufacturing ecosystem in India is growing, as marine exports are growing, as our overall agro and marine exports touched $50 billion. All of these is income for our farmers, is income for our MSMEs, is income for our food processing industry, and creating work opportunities for people in these areas.
Sir, with Australia, I think that interim trade deal is yet to be ratified by their parliament. So,
In India?
no, by Australian parliament. I mean, because of the election, it got.
Don Farrell, the new trade minister, is in India later this month, and we'll be meeting and having discussions. But he has already assured me when he met me at the WTO meetings. Was it at WTO or at Davos? Don Farrell met me at.
Don Farrell met you at WTO.
At WTO. He has assured me that they are very pleased with the outcome of the Indo-Australia negotiations and the free trade agreement the ECTA agreement that we finalized, and that they'll be putting it through Parliament soon. And I'm told the tentative timelines are end of this year. It'll be cleared through their Parliament.
I think I'm good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.